Super Mario Bros. 2 is an interesting Mario title. The original one, made for Japan, is notorious for being difficult, but the one designed for other audiences is an altered version of an older game known as Doki Doki Panic. And in this game, there were several fantastic enemies that were introduced. However, in this video, I won't just be talking about the enemies, and instead will be including other villains that were in the game as well, to shine some spotlight on them a little bit. A very special honorable mention goes to the main villain of the game, Wart, who just couldn't make the list. I know that Wart was the main villain of the game, but that's just it. It doesn't appear in any more Mario games other than this, so his lasting impact on the Mario series is next to none. With that being said though, let's get right into the list. Mauser takes the number 5 spot on this list. This is a boss from Mario Bros. 2 which requires you to throw bombs back at it to defeat it. Mauser actually appears multiple times in the game, and one of the fights that was in the original Doki Doki Panic featuring him was taken out and replaced with a different one because of Mauser being too powerful in the fight. Mauser is definitely nothing to mess around with and has appeared in many more games than Mario 2, which is why it's on this list. But what are some of the games that Mauser has appeared in? Well, let's get into it. First, I must say, just like many other Mario villains, Mauser has several derived villains which were created out of inspiration from it. Little Mauser is one of those enemies, along with the Squeaks. All of these enemies are variants of Mauser and have appeared in multiple Mario Party games, Paper Mario games, and Yoshi games as well. Mauser is a great villain, and not just because of how well implemented he is in the Mario games, but also because of his design. He isn't the most complicated looking villain, but still looks ready to commit some evil acts, which is really cool. This great Mario character had to make the list because of the reasons that I said, and I hope it appears in more Mario games in the future. For number 4, I chose the Pokey. The Pokey is a cactus-like enemy that is composed of several spheres that make it tower at a size that is much larger than that of the average Mario enemy. In order to defeat them, you must either take out all of the segments individually that make up their body, or take out their head, which will almost always destroy the entire body of the Pokey. This is an interesting concept, and because of that, this enemy had to be included in this list, as well as it being included in many other Mario games, primarily the platformers, and not just the 2D ones like Mario Bros. 2. They make their first 3D appearance in Mario 64 in Shifting Sandland, and then appear in pretty much every other mainline Mario title to follow. Not to mention the spin-off appearances that this enemy makes. Oh boy, the Pokeys have been included in more than their fair share of spin-off games, appearing as obstacles or enemies in everything from the sports games to Mario and Luigi games. They are certainly not underused like many of the enemies that I talk about in these videos. In fact, they are the contrary. The Pokey was certainly a great addition to Super Mario Bros. 2, and if there weren't so many fantastic villains implemented into the game, it would have certainly ranked higher up, but it just couldn't pass the next 3 spots. For number 3, I chose the Bob-omb. Yes, I believe that putting an enemy as notable to the Mario series as the Bob-omb at number 3 on a list seems ridiculous. Bob-ombs are everywhere in the Mario games, however there are so many fantastic villains introduced for Mario Bros. 2 that they just had to be put in the middle of this list. That definitely doesn't mean that they're your average enemy though, far from it. I'm sure all of you know what a Bob-omb does, and if you don't, well, I have no idea how you're here in the first place, but in short, you stomp on their head and move them to something that you want to blow up. After stomping on them, they will blow up in a matter of seconds, so you'll have to be quick during this process. You can also use a fire flower in certain games to ignite them as well. This concept alone would have been enough to get them onto this list, however the lasting impact of the Bob-omb left on the Mario series makes it that much better. On this channel, I talk a lot about underutilized enemies in the Mario games, however the Bob-ombs aren't one of them. If you take a look at almost any of the Mario games, from spin-offs to the main series ones, you will see the Bob-ombs included in it. They're always fun to encounter, and I look forward to seeing them in many more fantastic and creative scenarios in games to come. For number 2, I chose Berto. While not portrayed as a villain often in the more recent games in the Mario series, back when Mario 2 came out, Berto was one of the main villains in the game. Berto appears in many levels as a boss character, and this set up for many more villainous appearances in the Mario games, but those weren't really fulfilled. Berto appears as a boss in Super Mario RPG, but there are no major villainous appearances beyond that, and Berto is mainly one of the protagonists in the Mario spin-off games. Be it Mario Party or Mario Kart, you will almost always see Berto as a playable character in those games, which is fun to see. She's one of the main Mario characters nowadays, and regardless of her origin, she is certainly not a villain now, but was in Mario 2. But wait, did I just refer to Berto as a she? Okay, I'm not getting in depth with this in this video, but when I called Berto a she in the Mario Kart video I made, I got back some reasons as to why this isn't the case. I'll save the evidence of the gender debate for a future video, but there are several points to be made for either side of the debate. All in all, Berto is a staple Mario character now, appearing in a ton of games, and was a great addition to Mario Bros. 2. And for number 1, I chose the Shy Guy. Appearing as an enemy in Super Mario Bros. 2, they are very unique in terms of their design, but not in how they attack. Their attack style is similar to that of the Goomba in Mario 2, and there's nothing very unique about it at all. However, the appearance of the Shy Guy in Mario 2 isn't necessarily why they're here. The Shy Guy is on this list because of the many derived species from this enemy, which have appeared in many Mario games and are very unique. First, for the regular Shy Guys, they make their own enemy appearances in the Yoshi games and don't appear in any of the recent main series Mario titles. However, you will frequently see them and their variants in spin-off games. Almost every single Mario spin-off title has included the Shy Guys in some capacity, be it the regular version of them or others such as the Fly Guy or the Spear Guy. There are way too many variants of the Shy Guy list in this video, but the origins of all can be traced back to Super Mario Bros. 2. The design of the Shy Guy makes them seem very sneaky, like they're about to commit some evil act, although they can be seen in some Mario titles helping the protagonist. They've been included in so many great ways in the Mario games throughout the years, which makes them the best villain to come out of Super Mario Bros. 2. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy some of my other ones in this series where I list the 5 best villains from a specific game. Check out my Mario 64 video by clicking the link on the left and my new Mario Odyssey video on the right. Thanks for watching and peace out.